Alrighty, welcome back to Let's Play Street Fighter 2, and when we left it last time, we were attempting to electrocute some bricks. So, in 3, 2, 1, and... Fight. No, not fight, continue to futilely electrocute some indestructible bricks! 1, 2, knee, ich, ni, san, shi. And therein lies the extent of my Japanese. I have to say, I do find it kind of funny that bricks and cars can become suddenly indestructible because they want you to start destroying it from another side. I suppose it wouldn't be quite as much of a challenge if you could just pummel through it. Come on, Zangief. Got a great big spiky green foot with your name on it. Now I have your face on it. Anyway. Oh, revenge will be so sweet, you red cyclonic swine. But anyway, I need a drink. Oh, that's better. Anyway, so I was playing Street Fighter 4 on the Xbox 360. Pardon me, the other day. It's not around it's not Super Street Fighter 4, it's just ordinary or arcade edition. It's just me getting my head pile drived into the concrete. That'll learn him. It was my own personal copy of it. It wasn't a Super Arcade edition. They're coming on next Friday, with any luck. The 20-something of what month is it? June. Yeah, no, I just it suddenly hit me. More so than it had beforehand, I suppose. Just how old school the game is, despite all its spangly graphical effects and oh yeah, and so on. That's what you get. Yeah. And everything. Because from everything from you know, the arcade-esque announcer in it, who, I'll be perfectly honest, I think is actually better than the one they have, than the guy they have in Super Street Fighter 4, who I assume was the same one for Arcade Edition. No! What the hell? I can't. Rapid light kick should not be an ultimate killer move that wipes out half an opponent's energy bar. Anyway. Yeah, I mean everything, and even down to the fact that not every character is playable on start. I mean, unlike in Super Street Fighter 4, an arcade edition, where the entire, well, it's either 36 or 40 now, I think, character roster is available for you to, that'll learn you, to play from the off. You've actually got to unlock. Oh, good lord! It's yeah. Actually, I have to unlock 9 of the characters. And you know, I used to actually quite like that back in the day. Like in Soul Calibur and Soul Calibur 2. I think. Was it Soul Calibur 2? Did Soul Calibur 2 do it as well on the Xbox? I can't remember, unfortunately, but certainly in Soul Calibur, where by playing the game in arcade mode or in it was arcade mode in Soul Calibur, and it was in the story battle thing in Soul Calibur 2. But doing that, you could unlock more characters to play as. Oh, damn. Oh, how did I miss with legs that long? And yeah, I really liked that. It gave a sense of accomplishment, more so than some meaningless Chivo that gives you a few extra points for your, you know, Xbox Live E-penis. Or whatever. You know, it was, I don't know, I really liked that aspect. And then it got me onto thinking just how, whoa, that could have been nasty. Just how much more difficult the game is, certainly than Street Fighter 2 here. But I think just in general, because I started playing it on medium difficulty because I wanted to get through it, but I also wanted a bit of a challenge, you know. But I ended up getting my arse handed to me quite a bit, and I was just getting annoyed with it. So I cranked it down to the easiest setting, and on occasion I still get my arse handed to me. I mean, I had a great deal of trouble with Seth as El Fuerte, and I'm currently having a great deal of trouble with Seth as Sakura. Now, I wouldn't necessarily mind that, it's just that... Whoa. What the hell? Alright. Anyway, yeah, but it's just that Sakura is one of the characters I tend to play as online. Crazy. What the hell? Ooh. Now then. Yeah, so it's... And this is on the very easiest sort of setting. It's also quite interesting because I managed to absolutely demolish Seth as Cammy and indeed Fei Long, which is interesting because I don't actually play as those. Whoa! What? Oh! Yeah! Bloody hell, that was close. You know, and as I was sort of noticing this, it just hit me that I think, generally speaking, games are... Whoa, stop, Blanka, stop! Are getting... What are you doing? Good God! Are getting a little easier. I mean, I've not played it, so I may be talking out of my cool backside here, and I've not played it because my dear old PC here won't quite run it, so I'm gonna have to save up some cash to upgrade it. But you know, recently, The Witcher 2 got released. Yeah, I've got 2 copies of it myself. One from GOG, because that was DRM free. Of course, it's all DRM free now, which I think is absolutely hilariously awesome. Bugger. But damn it. But also bought the great big collector's edition. Why? Damn, because I wanted all the stuff in it. But anyway, that's beside the point. But you know, I've avoided spoilers as much as possible, but I've read quite a bit about how people are finding it really, really difficult. Or some people are finding it really difficult. And I'm looking at the reasons they give, and it strikes me as just how much hand-holding I think goes on in games these days. Because, I'll be perfectly honest, a lot of their complaints, like, oh, I don't know what to do with signs, or I don't know why I have to use a silver sword for monsters and an iron or steel sword for people. That does not make sense, and all that dribble. It just occurs to me that those questions could be answered quite easily if they... What the hell? You don't do this! If they bothered to read the manual. But of course, no, I don't think anyone really reads the manual anymore. You know, they expect, damn it, games to just give it to them on a silver platter. They expect their hands to be held. I'm just, thinking back to when I was, well, what was it like? Well, no, even 10 years ago, I suppose. When I got a game, the first thing I'd do is I'd read the manual. I may not have read it in any great detail because, much like now, when it comes to games, I am often a little bit impatient just to crack it open and fire the smegger up. And also, depending on the game, there is that'll do. Is also something of a thrill of just plugging it in and just seeing what does what. But even so, I always have the manual to hand. And it just seems to me that practice seems to be becoming less and less common. And so it ends up being that when yes, I have no shame. I've mentioned this before. I'm happy to just bug him out like this because he's annoying me. I don't know. It just seems to me that the reading of the manual is becoming less and less of a common practice. I mean, one comment about when someone did bring up that when someone was complaining about The Witcher 2 difficulty, and someone brought up that the things he was complaining about could be found out by reading the manual. The guy actually replied by saying, I shouldn't have to read the manual, the game should tell me. Why? Why should it tell you? Crack open go buy Monopoly, and just crack that open. Does the game itself tell you? No, you've got to read the manual. Scrabble, does Scrabble tell you how to play? No, you've got to read the Scrabble manual. Oh, bloody hell. Oops. There we go. But, I don't know, it just seems that, like I say, gamers just seem to want their hands held too much these days. Damn. Of course, it occurs to me that when I get to Chun-Li on this particular one, yep, it's going to be quite the aerial duel. That's it, Vega, you keep doing what I know you're going to do, jump back with your pointy matador boot of matadorness. And although I do have to say, I've realised myself, despite the rant I just had, I've actually fallen into that trap a little bit as well. Of, just not reading the manual, because I've spent so much money in the last few years on GOG.com. Whoa! And that will have to be a story for another time, because I just ran out of time. My god, I'm chewing through these characters as Blanka. No pun intended, with his awesome gnashes of chewiness. So, until next time, bye-bye.